Hello everyone, so now today let's look at our week 8. Week 8, we're still talking about number theory. This one is a very important thing in our RI and SMOPS competition. So we will have plenty of questions about number theory. So number theory also I think is the hardest one during all the competition. So today we'll look at our question 36. So 1, 2, 3, 2, and it's a kind of use a big bracket. Remember, this bracket is not like the quotient symbol. It means the LCM, least common multiply of 1, 2, n. And we find, there is something 1 and 2's LCM over 2 factorial and 1, 2, 3 LCM divided by 3 factorial and 2 1 to 100 LCM divided by 100 factorial. So there are how many different values in total. So if you firstly look at this question, okay, what should I do? Should I just calculate one by one and to count? After that, you list all things and to count how many different values. Okay, you can do that. It's a good method, and it's just a waste a lot of time. But if you list and calculate correctly, you will also get a correct answer. But a 100 LCM, 1 to 100, I don't want to calculate that. Also about 100 factorial, it's very hard for you to calculate. So yeah, but what should I do? Yeah, maybe first time you see this kind of question, you should try to find any pattern here. So not all the question is very difficult, just ask you to find out all the fraction. So let's list some fraction first. Firstly, 1 and 2's LCM divided by 2 factorial. Actually, it's 2 over 2 equals to 1. Okay, so how about 3? 1 to 3 LCM is 6, and over 3 factorial. 3 factorial also 6, also equals to 1. Okay, so how about 4? 1 to 4 factorial is 12, and over 1 to 4 LCM is 12, and 4 factorial is just 3 times 4 times 2, right? So it will become 24. So the answer is 1 over 2. Yeah, this one, if I from 1, 2, 3, and 4, this 4, the value of the fraction is different from the previous one. So how about 5? Okay, so when we are calculating 5, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 LCM is 60 and 5 factorial is 120. So you see, it's still 1 over 2. You may find, why 5? The 5 factorial divided by 5 factorial and the find the LCM from 1 to 5, it's same. The value is same as the 4 factorial. So maybe, here's some pattern. Okay, if you cannot make sure, you can continue list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the LCM is 60 and 6 factorial is 720. So 60 over 720, the answer is 1 over 12. Okay, so now let's continue list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1 to 7, the LCM is 420, and 7 factorial is 5040. So the value is still 1 over 12. Now let's observe this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 fraction. So you see, if this one is a kind of prime number, so the value will keep same as the previous one. So if I times the not prime number, so the value will become smaller, and I times the prime number, it will be same. And I times the non-prime number, it will become a smaller one. And also if I times a new prime number, the value is same. Okay, so we have a very important conclusion here. So if I want to calculate 1 to n minus 1's LCM and over n minus 1 factorial, it should be smaller or equals to 1 to n's LCM and over n factorial. So only one n is prime number. The equal sign established. Okay, so this is a very important solution. You have already find out the pattern and you guess, okay, so maybe all the fraction will follow this formula. Okay, so now let's find out how many different values. So from 1 to 100, or actually from 2 to 100, we have 25 prime number. So since we have 25 prime numbers from 2 to 100, so the different value in total is just 99 minus 25, and don't forget plus 1. The answer is 75. Wait, someone may say, yeah, I just observed the fraction, the value, and I just get the conclusion. I don't know whether it's true or not, but maybe in the real test, you have no time to prove that. But now, if just a practice, I will show you how to prove that. Okay, so now let's look at how to prove that. Yeah. So let's list 1, 2, 3, 4, this kind of n-1 kind of consecutive number. So we use the wide ladder method. A actually is the HCF of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to n-1. And after we divide by A, the remaining part is M, N, O, P, Q, R to Y. Just this random number. I just name it by the letter. And because I cannot make sure actually M, N is what kind of number. So the HCF is A, and how we can calculate the LCM. So the LCM is just to use HCF to times this part. So the LCM is just A times M times N times O times P blah 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 times 2Y. So this one is the LCM. So now let's look at the previous one. It's just the n-1. So this kind of fraction is just the LCM over n times n-1 factorial. So let's make a decision. If n is a prime number, which means n is co-prime number of all the front number from 1 to n-1, right? So the next one will become what? Yeah, the next one will become this part. LCM times n over n factorial. Because the new one, n, is a kind of co-prime number, the HCF, the new HCF is just the 1, right? So if just the 1, the new LCM is just the LCM times n, and over n factorial. So compare with the previous one and the next one, n factorial is just the n times n minus 1 factorial. So this n and this n, we can do the simplify. The answer is still the previous one, LCM over n minus 1 factorial. So if n is not a prime number, for example, if n is not a prime number, so if I add one new n, so the LCM will become n over A. A is the HCF. Because n is not a co-prime number, which means the new n also have the HCF of A. So the new fraction value will become LCM over n factorial and times n divided by A. So this part, yeah, of course, will make the value become smaller. Then we have already find out the answer. If it's a kind of n is a kind of prime number, the value will never change. And if n is not a prime number, the value compared with the previous one, the value will become smaller. Okay, so here is why I can say that the conclusion is right. So let's come back to see this one. Sorry. So this thing is the correct one. Okay. So here is today's class, and here is today's question. And if you cannot make sure in the real competition, maybe you will be very nervous and you don't have any time. So just list some number and find out the pattern. Just guess. Maybe this or the equation fraction obey this rule and use this rule to find out the answer.